Alright, so I know I'm late to the whole Vigilantes hype. I'm like 3 episodes behind, but I wanted to give it at least 3 episodes before I made a video about it because I didn't think this anime would ever happen. I never thought Vigilantes would ever get an adaptation. And I assumed if it ever did happen, it would either be a lazy cash grab like 7 Deadly Sins, look like that, or it was gonna be complete buns like 7 Deadly Sins. And I'm glad to say I'm wrong because the world of My Hero has so much potential for side series and to continue on. Like I'm gonna write a My Hero side series. Like you can do so much within the world of My Hero just because it's so deep. And one of My Hero's biggest complaints from all the haters is how it's always taken place in Japan. The world building is complete garbage. And while Vigilantes does take place in Japan, it also makes the world of My Hero that much deeper, that much more lived in, that much more alive. And Vigilantes does a great job of building upon the lore in My Hero Academia, and I love it for that. I really do. But Vigilantes also does this thing where it separates itself from the My Hero manga, making it its own story, its own world. First of all, it's a prequel set 5 years in the past, so no Deku, no Bakugo, none of that. Both Deku and Koichi are kinda similar. They're both kind-hearted dudes with the heart of a hero, but Koichi is a college student living on his own in a crappy apartment with a crappy job, fighting villains for the funsies at nighttime in his onesie. Like, this is the closest thing that we have to like a regular comic book in My Hero. And that's why I think a lot of people really like it, including me. This feels different. And speaking of standing on its own, I don't care what y'all say about Koichi. Koichi is putting hands on Dabi and maybe Shoto. I don't know. Dabi's not hitting this man, all right? And I'm tired of y'all making it seem like Koichi is some big underdog. This man is born to fight. This man was born to be a hero, okay? I mean, Slide and Glide is probably a top 20 quirk in the entire series. And that's the thing. He starts off with a quirk that seems really weak, and over time it grows to be extremely powerful that could contend with some of the bigger hitters in the main series. That's much more different than Deku's journey of being the chosen one and saving the world. A vigilante, which is a guy who's a hero but doesn't get paid and is technically a criminal. At the end of some of these fights in Vigilantes, he has to run away because he's technically a criminal. The series also has Trigger, if you guys remember that from the Overhaul arc. It plays a huge role in this manga. Vigilantes also has a much smaller cast than the rest of the series, and that's a really good thing for Vigilantes because it's able to take these characters like Popstep, like Captain Celebrity, like Makoto, and make them fan favorites by making them super deep and relatable characters. But the fan favorite is, of course, the man, Knuckle Duster. Everybody who watches or reads this series will love Knuckle Duster. I don't care what you say. And what's not to love about Knuckle Duster? In a world of heroes, who doesn't want to see the man like Batman with no powers whatsoever? Seeing how he uses his wits and his experience as a former pro hero to fight against villains at night. I love it. Everybody loves Knuckle Duster, and he's exactly what people wanted Deku to be. Which is why I think a lot of people really love Vigilantes. It's exactly what people wanted My Hero to be. Knuckle Duster is the Deku that bozo Nux Taku wanted, okay? But Vigilantes also does a special thing where it uses side characters in the main series like Aizawa, like Stain, like Midnight. They use them in this series and make them really enjoyable. Like, I really wish they got their own time in the main series. I mean, Aizawa's whole backstory is told within this series. The whole Kurogiri thing, yeah, that only makes sense if you read Vigilantes. I mean, for crying out loud, you might as well. It's signed off by Horikoshi himself. I just wish more people would have read this series. And now it's in the anime. Now you people can watch Vigilantes. Don't go into Vigilantes thinking it's My Hero homework. No. It stands on its own as its own piece of work. The art style to start off with is much different, and in my opinion, I think it looks better than the rest of My Hero. The typewriter title screen is amazing. I love it. It sets it apart. The comic book words appear in so much more often. Sets it apart. The animation popping all the time sets it apart. And before coming to record this video, I was rereading the Knuckle Duster versus number 6 fight and the number 6 versus Crawler fight from the Naruto Lockdown arc. And I mean, look at how Aizawa was moving against Knuckle Duster. If that's just a small teaser of what they're gonna do for the rest of the fights in this manga, cinema. Cinema, 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 cinema. I mean, come on, even Cyclops and Wolverine show up. Please give this anime a shot. Like, I know I'm late on to making a video about this anime, but dude, 3 episodes in, I'm telling you, watch this or read it. Watch My Hero Academia Vigilantes or read My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Do one of the two. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.